Hello and welcome to day 10 of the daily Death Cells challenge. So we've gotten the spider rune, I think, and we're still, gathering cells, trying to get up to health plus number 4 and everything else to be actually able to do this thing, which is a huge challenge. And I have very little money this time, so this is going to suck a little bit. But I'm just going to try to get as far as I can on this run. This is a continuation of the previous run. So the run numbers and the episode numbers are not going to match up, but I'm also going to try to limit this to about half an hour of gameplay. I don't want to go any longer than that, really. So I spent today mostly sleeping. Today's been a very heavy day of sleeping. I've been very tired, but that's mostly because I went for a walk yesterday and got my Vietnamese noodles. So that's kind of like the payoff I've got. And there's this thing where they describe it as there's actually a lot of people that obviously go through health issues like I do, and what's one of the things that I've seen described it as was the spoon theory. I think it's like my favorite theory in terms of all of this health stuff is concerned. And the spoon theory basically says that given any number of how good is bow already? Nice. That's a bow that it literally gives like a debuff, so that you do more damage to your enemies and stuff. So it's awesome. So the thing with the clock tower is that there's teleportation points quite handily on the ground and stuff, and you need to take those. So basically, what I've learned is that the spoon theory says that generally when you have an ongoing illness, you have basically a number of spoons available to you in a day. As a gamer, I like to think of it as in game terms, and that's fine, because that's just how we operate. And it's a language that I actually understood very quickly. So basically, the idea is that every day I have a number of action points available to me, and some days I'm going to have less because I'm in more pain or because I'm tired from the day before. And every day when I do certain things like, even like little things like take a shower, prepare a meal, etc., I'm using those action points. And the action points that are available to me during a given day is limited because of my energy levels. So as the day progresses, I wake up and let's say I have 20 action points. So some of the actions that I take is going to be more it's going to take more action points than others. Some of them are going to be a little bit more generous. But for example, like going for a walk for me is a bit more action pointy heavy because I get tired easy. So if I'm on like yesterday when I go for that walk, I'm expending more action points than I normally do. So today I've dealt with the fallout, I guess, of those extra actions that I've taken, shall we say. So I was a bit more tired. I basically started today with a bit of a debuff. So I spent the day mostly sleeping. I also have to consider like what I want to be doing during the day. So today I want to get my goal is to record 2 episodes. By the way, this is a door that you can unlock on the clock tower that requires the bell key, which is the one where you're going to get if you ring the bells in certain order. So that's super annoying. But anyway, I haven't done that yet on any of the ones. I will eventually do it one day. I'm hoping to do it one day. Not really focused, but... Oh god. That felt miserable. You know what? I give up trying to do this with that. There's the bell ringing, by the way. So I give up trying to do this with no it's because of the bomb guys. But that's fine. And the teleporting guys. All the guys actually, let's be honest. But yeah, so today I want to get 2 episodes of AC done. Yeah, screw you, host chest. And that's going to be a challenge in itself. I've done one, it's rendering at the moment. The Death Cells ones I won't be doing that with because that's not the point of it. The point of it is that I try to do something every single day. So tomorrow I won't be recording another episode of AC. Hopefully that will be done today so that I can, because I've got an outing planned with my parents to Costco, of all things. And we're going to have lunch, spend some time together, Usually we go for a drive afterwards with my cat. She seems to be enjoying the outing, so we're trying to make that a regular thing for her as well. Because even my cat, who lives indoors at all times, deserves to experience the outdoor world, as far as I'm concerned. Wow, I managed to do that without taking a hit. I'm actually very impressed with myself there. So, little things, day by day, we are trying to, I say we because it seems to be a concerted effort that requires both me and my parents to do. To kind of like spend a little bit more time outdoors, get a little bit more exercise going, get used to having outings and stuff. Oh, a letter on the desk. Maybe this desk belonged to the guardian of this tower. Day 1, 45 contaminated executed, 38 contaminated, 42 contaminated executed, 37, 32, 26 contaminated. Oh my god, it's just like a number of people that's getting murdered, basically. Oh, look, I can go up here. Cool, crate of weapons. Must be a part of the Guardian's equipment. Yeah, equipment I didn't need. So, screw that. Alrighty, let's go back out of here. So, it seems to be, every day is a bit of a challenge. No day is super easy. Some days are better than others because I'm in less pain or I've managed to do my energy thing a little bit better. Other days is more challenging. It's just the way it is. But I do want to get out more. I do want to get my energy levels up. I do want to be able to go back to my normal life. As normal as it can be from now on. Because normal life as I knew it is gone. And I've come to terms with that. That's fine. I can deal with that. Doesn't make it easy because obviously I'm used to having a certain life that I've never had, which is not been very easy to accept to start off with, but I've gotten there. So I'm now aware of the fact that I'm always going to have some sort of pain, and that's just a fact of life. And that's okay because my pain is bad, it's debilitating at times, but it's not as extreme as some other people. And I know there's people out there much sicker than I am that is going through worse things than I am. And like, wow, to anyone that is going through stuff like that, be strong. Honestly, that's kind of all the advice I've got. Coming from someone who's literally, I've got pain, but mine, as I said, not as severe as some other people have it. And I'm grateful for that. Like, my situation could be a whole lot worse. So, being strong and taking the time to kind of go through the mind process of trying to deal with it, I think is important, and acceptance is important. But there is a bit of a grieving period. Trust me, there is a grieving period. There is definitely a period where you basically sit down after you've been given your, I haven't got a complete diagnosis yet, but it's mostly set, it's going down. But with the done with diagnosis in February when I did my last test. So once that comes through, obviously I'm going to know exactly what my situation is, whether there is any chance of getting fixed. Doesn't look like there is. And obviously technology and medical stuff will develop, and maybe one day there might be a solution to my problem that's not going to cause more problems in the future. But for now, it's pretty permanent. It's pretty much just every day is going to be with some form of pain, and just dealing with pain management is going to be my next biggest problem. So there is definitely a grieving period. There was a period where I kind of like had to sit down a bit and just go, great, I'm not going to be able to do certain things that I'm used to being able to do without thinking about it. Like, you know, getting up and having a shower every day shouldn't be like, you shouldn't have to think about it. You shouldn't have to think about the process of it. But I do. Like, I had to go, okay, if I have a shower today, like, what's my risk of falling? What's my chances of, you know, having some issues with my energy levels? What are the chances of me having a dizzy spell in the middle of the shower? It's much less now because my dizzy spells have more or less gone away, but my feet still do whatever they want to do. So when I go for walks and stuff, that's a calculated risk. That's just me saying, okay, I'm I kind of actually walk like I'm a drunk person now, so it's actually quite hilarious. But I'm okay with that. I don't really care about my personal image like some other people do. I'm not very sensitive about stuff like that. I've never been. So I guess it's both a positive and a negative. Maybe I should care a little bit more, but I don't. I missed a scroll here, so I'm coming back for my scroll. Give me my scroll! So basically, like, I've kind of had the period where I was very sad. I was very depressed. I lay in bed for hours and hours and hours and just basically cried. For days, actually. Let's be honest. It was days of crying. And that was mostly what I would call my grieving period, where I kind of felt sorry for myself over the things that I can't do. And then I kind of started thinking about things I can do. And that is building up my energy levels again, going back to work if it's possible. Luckily, my work will generally provide me with like part-time work and stuff like that until I've got, like there's a return to work sort of plan thing, so that I can eventually build up my strength to be able to work full-time, hopefully. Distracting myself with things to do. I actually did this discussion with my parents, and we're both grateful that my hobby, like my biggest hobby in the world, is gaming and like reading and riding instead of like, going for bike rides or like playing soccer. Because things like that would be very difficult to do now. Not impossible, but very difficult. And it would take a lot of time for me to be able to go back to that. And that realization is not exactly what I would call pleasant. But I'm okay. So I've learned to be kind to myself as well. I've learned actually to be maybe a little too kind to myself. Because if there's days where I can't get out of bed, I can't get out of bed. And I've accepted that. I haven't had many of those days recently, and I'm hoping that will continue, and I will only get stronger as time goes on. And eventually I'll get to a point where all the little things like, showering and eating and all of that won't take so much out of me. And then I'll be able to actually move on and be able to do some strength training and all of that. But at the moment, I'm working on building up some stamina and building up my leg muscles to be able to walk. I like walking. It was like my hobby. I used to go for like really nice long walks and do crazy things like go a suburb over whilst walking to go and eat dumplings. At the end of the day, it actually worked out that the calories I consumed was literally like, used up in the walking bit, so it was quite good. But yeah, stuff like that. So I want to be able to do the little things I used to take for granted without it being such a undertaking, basically. I'm sick of it being an undertaking, basically. Oh my god, I realized I forgot to hand in my fucking blueprints. God damn it! I have so many blueprints now. Crap! I can't die. I literally have to survive. I've got like three blueprints to hand in. Mother freaking shit. Oh, I'm gonna have to be so fucking careful. I have to get through this level, man. I have to get through this level. Oh shit, the extra pressure is 100% on. That's fine. I can do this. I'm not gonna doubt myself. And honestly, I think video games have kind of prepared me well. Gamification is definitely something I'm actually going to do want to eventually talk about it in a more serious way. But gamification is definitely nice. Taking every day like it's a game is helpful. Because you start thinking about processes. Like as I said, it's a lot easier to come to terms with the whole having action points in a day and stuff like that when you're a gamer than when you're not. When you're a gamer, you're used to having like movement restrictions and skill restrictions and idea of like whole leveling up and all of that fun stuff. And it actually makes it a lot easier, I think, like brain-wise, to accept the fact that you have limitations. And I just think of myself at the moment as like a level 1 character. Actually, you know what? I'll even give myself up to level 3. I think I've earned level 3. And eventually, as I get stronger and as I get to do more stuff without needing help, I'll consider myself leveling up, and it'll kind of be fun. And the thing is, just like in games, you don't unlock new skills because you've always had the skills for like life, because these are life skills we're talking about. But you do definitely unlock a like little things. Oh my god, tornado guy, stop it! Stop it! Stop it! No. I wonder if me saying no helps. I don't think it does. But I think as a gamer, we are a little bit more conditioned to dealing with, especially when you start a new game, dealing with a brand new character that's like weak as fuck and working your way up to becoming stronger. And I think, with the whole being ill sort of situation, I've definitely understood all of that. And it makes it a little bit more easy to accept, if that makes any sense. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna die. Don't be negative. Be positive. Be very positive. I will take this one. I have no idea what that was. I didn't even read it properly. I'm like, oh my god, no! I just want to survive. I want to recycle this. I don't know what it was, but the other one had 3. This one has 2. And 3 is better than 2. Yeah. And having games keep me company whilst I've been ill has been incredibly helpful. I know a lot of gamers talk about, a lot of gamers, like, just like normal real life situations, a lot of us have mental health issues. And some of them are fleeting, some of them don't go away. It could be things like depression, it could be anxiety, it could be, grief, PTSD, and I think games give you a lot of interesting ways of coping with things. Sometimes it's a good distraction because it takes you out of your everyday life and you have a fantastical world to explore, or lets them stressed out by, killing 1,000 zombies, because that's your sort of thing. I don't like zombies, so zombies is not my thing, but hey. And it could be a great stress reliever. I used to come home after work every day when I had a stressful day and like play Diablo. That was my season for a while, Diablo 3. And just not even think about things because you're so busy killing things that you can just like kind of zone out. And especially if you're used to the game, you zone out a fair bit. And then you're like, building characters and calculating builds and skills and oh god, go away. Go away! Tornado guy. What the freaking hell? I hate the tornado guy. And you kind of like can zone out and just like chill and you relax and you just do things and it's fun and it's stressing, like it just relieves you of your stress. And then also like other things I do is I live in a house by myself. Even with my illness, I refuse to give up on my independence, I guess. I'm not very good at doing that. I've always been on the independent side, even as a young'un, so I have not been able to give up my apartment and my living situation. I want to live by myself with my cat. That's what I want. Obviously, when I got ill, my parents have pretty much begged me to come and live with them for a while, but I have no choice, and I probably never will. As much as I love my parents, we're better together when we don't live together. If that makes any sense. I don't think I'm the only one that has a relationship with their parents that work that way. Come on, I can't be the only one that get along with their parents better when they don't live with them. I've always been a bit of a night owl, and I found that aspect of my life quite stressful, really. Especially my mom, because she has insomnia, and when she can sleep, she just sleeps. And I'm also kind of like, when I can't sleep, I can't sleep. So I need to like stay awake and do things, and my mom doesn't agree with that. We're gonna take this challenge with Rift, even though it's a bit of a risk right now. Yeah, because we don't have enough scrolls. We handled the king. Oh my god, that's a lot of freaking cells. I've actually never taken a gold scroll, like a challenge rift this far into the game before. So, oh come on, we've come to accept the fact that I am never going to go through any of these challenge rifts without at least like falling onto spikes at least once. So it's like, I proved my point! I proved my point twice! I might actually have to take, yeah, I'll take a chug of my energy drink. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. You might... Are you hearing the panic in my voice? Because there's definitely panic in my voice. I don't know why I'm slamming down when I come to these things. I shouldn't slam down. I should be... Oh my god, I made it. Okay, I'm alive. I'm alive, guys. It's all good. So... Honestly, as gamers, I think we've got some good... especially like RPG gamers, I think we've got generally like good habits that help us deal with mental health issues sometimes, and then also some really bad habits that like makes things harder. A lot of gamers are found like a completionist or perfectionists. We also have a lot of social anxiety issues and things like that. I'm not very good at social situations. If you meet me in real life, I can be really, really awkward. I'm fairly loud, as you haven't noticed. I'm talkative. I'm very social, or I can be at least. Good enough to fake it. As one psychologist told me, I was an introvert, putting on a very good act about being an extrovert. Oh, plants. A whole bunch of strange flowers with an astonishing smell. Is it a good astonishing smell or a bad one? Grimnor. The latest crossbreeding produced no results. The extracts administered to the volunteer produced shapeless monstrosity, half man, half plant. The subject failed to survive. I guess that's kind of like what we are. We are the monstrosity, I guess, like half plant. Because like we're basically like a planty bundle of cells that has taken over a human body. But anyway. I keep getting distracted from what I was trying to talk about. That's like the norm for me anyway. But yeah, I think in general, like I'm socially awkward. I can have some trouble reading situations and people. And I've come to accept that. It has taken a while, because I used to think I was good at it. But I'm not. I'm probably not. And I'm very naive. I like to think of the best of people, and I'm not very good at not trusting people. I will trust, and then when it doesn't work out, then I will be disappointed in humanity. And then blame myself, because it is my own stupidity that gets me into my social situations I get into. And my own naive nature, I guess. I like to see the good in people, and sometimes that doesn't work out because people aren't always good. And when I am facing a situation where I get to deal with the bad, I don't do it very well. And I'm not very good at reading motivations from people. I can read motivations in books and things, you know? But that's where the book learning comes in. So, I don't know. I have faults like everyone else, and I have issues like everybody else. But hopefully, over time, I've come to accept that certain things I won't be able to change about myself. And I don't think I'll stop being naive for some reason. I am cynical as fuck when it comes to the world. I know how the world isn't nice most of the time. But also at the same time, like to believe the world can be really nice. Just don't see it sometimes, and that's fine. But yeah, so hopefully as time goes on and I grow more mature, because I don't think I'm very mature yet. I think I'm still very much child in a lot of things, and I'm very lazy sometimes. I will have to work on that. That is a personality trait that I would definitely like to change. I don't think I want to change from being a little bit naive though. Okay, not a little bit, very naive most of the time. Because I think being naive kind of says that I like to see the best of things. And I don't ever really want to get into a situation in life where I can't see that anymore. that I'm always negative about things. I think that's tragic. I think being a little bit of an optimist is not a bad thing. It's not a totally bad thing. And I think even though I'm a practical person and I'm very much a realist, I also like to be a little bit, naive and hope for the best. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But I would like to always have a little bit of faith in humanity. By the way, you should always try to collect the 3 keys, because even though if you're not going to get the blueprint, that's fine. You still do. By the way, if you get the blueprint, the next time you come around, you're not going to get a blueprint, even though you're going to get like a gem. But generally, you should try coming around here, because what you can do is, oh god, this is going to suck balls. Oh god. Is to pick up that boomerang, and that's like your blueprint you can hand in. So I'm gonna hand in all of my blueprints this time, so it's fine. But yeah, I don't know what I was talking about. I think I was just talking about humanity and myself. I like talking about myself. I'm that kind of really, really annoying person that just can't shut up about their lives. So maybe a little bit. But I'd like to think that I'm not at least an arrogant human being, that at least I might be naive and a little bit silly, but maybe in a good way, if that's possible. Oh god. So I'm gonna, at the moment, because I've got 56,000 gold, that's a lot of gold, I'm going to actually like start rolling the traits to see if I can get it to one that's good. No. 100% damage and 100% taken is horrible. Don't ever take that, because you will end up like killing yourself. I do want the ones where it's frozen would be good, because I have basically an arrow that freezes enemies, so I do want to do more damage to frozen things. I'm using up a lot of money here. Okay, that will do. That's I can only take up to 10,000 gold at this point anyway, so I'm likely to put up to that point. Alright, the throne room, Hand of the King, for the second time, we've reached it. You know what, in about 10 runs, that's not horrible, I don't think. I think I've done okay to get here. I might be being a little too kind to myself there. So the annoying thing with Hand of the King and using these sort of trap situations is that you want to just rush the traps off to the fucking side and you're stuck, not able to do anything about it. But I'll let the bottom ones kill themselves. There's some killing here. And he's going to drop my traps soon, I imagine. Yeah, he dropped one of my traps. And he's going to try to blow the others up. And he also disappears and he's got waves, so you need to kill the elite monsters in these waves. Then... Oh no! God damn it, I dropped the traps myself into the freaking wall. That's not very helpful, Kira. It's the opposite of helpful. Oh, I got into it. Oh no. Oh no. At least I avoided that pretty well. I'm actually proud of myself for that. Yeah, you got rid of my chest, and they refreshed just in time, you mother... I'm not going to say the rest of that part, it's mean. Okay, so the king is already dead. So the Hand of the King just revives and protects the king that doesn't exist anymore. So what you need to do to escape the level now is to use your homunculus, which actually can be used to kill monsters and stuff as well. I just never did because I don't know how to very well. So then you can just leave. And that's the second completion of the game. Go me. It only took an hour, because I'm slow. But it also took, half an hour of this episode. So next episode, we're going to be doing a little bit more of cell gathering and visiting the areas that we haven't been able to visit because we didn't have the spider rune. And do like a full exploration of the levels now because we can. But anyway, so thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed. I do realize that all of the conversation points and stuff like that in these videos is very much random and it's very much like just what's in my head at the time when I start talking. And that's kind of the way that I do want these episodes to go, because I want this to be like a reflection of me, just me, being me whilst playing Dead Cells. and I do want it to be about honesty, and it's literally what I'm thinking of, what's on my mind, what I'm experiencing. And I'm really hoping that I don't really mind about views and stuff like that. I don't really mind if no one is watching, because that's not what's important to me at this point, as bad as that sounds. Because what's important to me at this moment is making these videos, being productive, having something to show at the end of the day about what I've done during the day. Because normally that would be work. Like normally I would have work to show at the end of a work day. I don't have that at the moment. And even when I go back to work, it's going to be very limited work for a period of time. So just feel that sense of achievement and productiveness is why I'm making these videos. And I'm also hoping that if there is someone that is going through some problems, maybe listening to someone else going through them is helpful. Or I'm hoping that maybe my little sense of optimism to a certain extent can be helpful to someone else. I'm also hoping eventually, once all of this illness and all that stuff is, okay, it's not going to be done, but once I've learned to live with it and be able to have a fulfilling life, outside of it, and still be able to work and do everything that I want to do in life, then one day I'll be able to look at these videos and just be like, so this is what I've gone through, and kind of just, maybe have a little laugh at myself, or remind myself about the trials and tribulations and some of the lessons in life, because life goes on, you sometimes forget the lessons that you've learned in life. And you start going back to old habits or doing something silly. And I'm hoping that through these videos that maybe I can remind myself of some of the lessons I've learned during this experience. So anyway, that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. I hope, let me know, regardless. But anyway, thank you and have an absolutely lovely day. Mwah!